Hello, this is Dr. Kamani, licensed clinical psychologist. You are here for the whole system is toxic, sis. This is for Black women in toxic jobs. I wanted to talk because, many times when I have mentioned about being at a previous toxic job, which I have since resigned from, that it's not just one or two people who's toxic, because they are toxic and all the women that I've interviewed, it's not just one or two people that's the problem. The whole system is toxic. The whole work environment is toxic. And in many ways, it's toxic because it allows for those toxic people to taint and poison the work environment. So when you think about work culture and the environment, people allow for these people to continue to harm others. So it's no secret that these people are toxic. It is no secret about workplace bullies. They know who the workplace bullies are. Many times, HR protects the workplace bullies, even though it might be hard to believe because you may assume, because of the term human resources, that they are there to support you. And I'm not saying that all human resource people are like that, but many are in the sense that they are there to protect the organization. So the workplace bully, even though the workplace bully is tainting the environment, is undermining staff morale, is undermining people staying at the job, people doing their best, even though that's happening, they will still protect the workplace bully and the other toxic people. So someone sent me this quote, actually, Dr. Gina Davis sent me this quote, and it was, be less worried about the toxic person at work and more worried about the system that enables them. And that was from Siobhan McHale. So Dr. Davis sent me this quote from Ms. McHale. So I wanted to say, I had an interesting reaction to that quote. So while I do agree that, yes, we should be aware that the problem is much bigger than we initially maybe envisioned, we might think this one or two or few people, and why do they get away with this? They get away with it because the system allows for them to get away with it. Even though people might say they don't agree with it, when they don't hold people accountable, when they allow for these toxic people to continue to spew poison in the environment, they are co-signing with it basically. So I invite you, when you start thinking and you start sitting back and saying, maybe it is a system. Maybe it's the whole environment. Maybe there are quite a few people in this environment that are allowing this behavior to continue because they're not checking this person. They're not checking these people. And they're allowing these people to continue to cause harm. So when you recognize that, I invite you to think about you to self reflect in terms of if this is the environment that you want to continue to stay in. Now, I also want to caution you, as I've said before, I want to caution you if you get in this situation, you recognize the whole system is toxic, and then you feel like it's your mission to try to take down the whole system. You will be harmed in the process. You will be harmed because you might think people are your allies and they really aren't. They might say they're your allies, but they're doing things to undermine you. Or you might think that if you do certain things to prove that certain things were wrong and certain things happened, that was a lie, and all these different things, you're distracting yourself in terms of you're focusing on fighting a battle that you're not going to win because there's so many people who are invested in maintaining that organization that they will turn against you and you will be harmed. So if you're in this situation and you are riled up and you want to do something about it and you're angry because you have every right to feel angry when people are harming you or have harmed you, you just want to show them, right? You just want to expose them. I invite you to say to yourself, let me pause, okay? I know I'm getting triggered right now. Let me pause. Let me reevaluate this. Is it worth it? Is it worth fighting that I'm going to lose? And also, I invite you to really think and lean into that karma is real, that these people at some point, this will come back to them. It will come back to them, and you will have nothing to do with it. You have nothing, your hands are clean, you have nothing to do with it, and hopefully you have gone on to your something else in your life. You're not even thinking about these people anymore. We don't want these toxic people holding space in our brains, in our bodies, right? If we're thinking about it, we're talking about them. They are in our lives, okay? Too much. They're taking up too much of our lives. So we don't want that. And again, karma is real. You know, even once you leave the job, you will find out about karma coming back and getting people. I know that, you know, from the job that I resigned from about over a year ago, I recently heard that one of the very notorious workplace bullies didn't bully me because I wasn't in this person's area, but a notorious workplace bully, you know, would just continue to just be really cruel to people. But this person just got found out about being in an inappropriate relationship with someone and was shifted in terms of that so-called prestigious title. Okay. So again, karma comes back. And I recently found out also that the workplace bully that terrorized me and so many other people, not just me, so many other people, that she's also leaving the district. So I mean, I'm happy for people who are still at the district that she's gone or she's leaving. I'm happy for that, that she will no longer be able to terrorize so many people. But it makes me angry too to think about how many souls has she crushed in the process? How many people has she harmed in the process and has no sense of accountability, you know, no sense of whatever. She has continued to harm people, but karma has come back and gotten her. Okay. So, in that sense, I'm again thankful to the people who are still at the job, that they're no longer going to be terrorized by her. However, it saddens me because I know the system is toxic. And even though she goes, and even though this other person got put in a different position, even though those things have happened, there's going to be somebody else who crops up, okay? Because when the system is toxic, there's other people who are waiting for the other toxic person to leave and they'll just jump into the place, okay? So when you realize that the whole system is toxic, I invite you to pause and reflect on, is this the place where you want to stay? And if you don't want to stay there, what are the next steps that you need to take to pivot and prepare to leave? Okay. So again, it's usually more than just one or two people, it's the whole system. And I like to say the water's dirty. The water is dirty. Okay. So you can't filtrate it, you can't put chlorine in it to make it better. It's dirty, it's toxic, it will harm you. So just keep that in mind. So I'm signing off. And I'm asking to please give this video a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know to suggest this video to other Black women who might be in similar situations. Also, please share this video with other Black women because more than likely, if you know a Black woman, she is either in a toxic job or she's had a toxic job. So please share this video with one or more Black women. And remember what I said. Remember, it's not just one or two people, it's the whole system is toxic. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm signing off. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.